What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And Manchester United are back in action, and this time it's in the EFL Cup Third Round with a home tie against Barnsley. Barnsley, they finished 6th in League One last season and finished in the playoff spots, of course, but unfortunately they were unable to get past Bolton, who were then beaten by Oxford United in the League One playoff final. So currently they sit 7th in League One, having picked up 10 points from their opening 6 games. They've scored 10 and they've conceded 9. They've actually scored the second highest goals in the league. I think the top scorers have 12 goals, and that is Wrexham, who sit at the top. So they've scored 10 and conceded 9. They've scored the second highest goals in the league. Wrexham have scored 12 and Barnsley have scored 10. And they've actually had the most shots on target in the league as well. So going forward, they are a little bit of a threat. However, as they sit in 7th, they are only 3 points away from top spot. So even though they're sitting in 7th, they're one win away from being top of the league. And in terms of tactically how they like to set up, usually it's a back four, but it can sometimes be a back three. The manager is quite tactically flexible with regards to the formation that he likes to play. But in their recent game against Stevenage, which they did lose 3-0, they started in a 4-1-4-1 formation. So in terms of the structure and how they like to play, sometimes they like to press. And sometimes they like to sit back in a compact defensive shape. I think they are quite tactically flexible. I think the manager is doing a good job with them. They were quite unfortunate to kind of not get promoted last season after finishing 6th, of course. So yeah, they're really strong defensively, and they have a certain degree. And when they win the ball back, they kind of focus with direct attack, so they like to get forward quickly as well. In terms of possession, they did kind of dominate the ball against Stevenage. They had 4 shots on target, but Stevenage, they also had 4 shots on target, but they scored 3 goals. In terms of their star man for Barnsley, I'm gonna have to go with Adam Phillips. Adam Phillips, the number 8 for Stevenage. He's scored 4 goals in the league so far this season and an assist in 6 games. So he's joint top scorer from midfield. So that's not too bad. And he's really dangerous in the box, and he is a threat as well. So Man United are going to have to keep an eye out for him. Barnsley, they're in League One. They're doing alright, I suppose, but I think Man United, this should be a comfortable kind of game for Man United. I do expect Man United to be going through. So in terms of my starting 11, here it is. This is my starting 11 for Manchester United. So I've gone with Bayender in net. I don't think he's actually played a single game for Manchester United so far, if I'm not mistaken. So this could be his first game. If I just have a look here, I don't think he has played Bayender. He is, of course, a Turkish goalkeeper from Turkey, and no, in fact, he hasn't played a single match for Manchester United. He joined in 2023 last season, and he's not even started a game. So this might be his first game for the club, or you never know. Erik ten Hag might go with Tom Heaton. I'm kind of unsure who he's going to start in net, but hopefully, though Onana does get a rest, he has played like every single game for like the last 2 years or whatever. So hopefully Onana does get a rest. In terms of my back four, unfortunately, Man United kind of don't have any left backs right now that are fit, except for Harry Amas. So Dallow's been playing left back in the league. So I'm starting Dallow at right back. I'm giving Mazraoui a rest. And then I'm starting Evans and Maguire at centre back, and then Harry Amas at left back. Harry Amas, he did pretty well during the pre-season tour, and I think this is a perfect game for him to play 90 minutes, get that first team action, and see how he is at Old Trafford. And I think it's a perfect game for him to start. Also, since we don't have any cover for left back, it can also be like a tester game for him to see if he can keep up with the pace of a League One side, and if so, then we might be able to see some minutes from him in the Premier League. In terms of midfield, I'm going with Collier and Casemiro. I was really impressed with Collier as well against Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool did obviously dominate and win the game, of course, but Collier was tidy on the ball and he did show some glimpses that, he can be a good squad player for Manchester United. Also, in the pre-season, he did play pretty well as well in pre-season, so I was impressed with him during the couple of games in America, which I saw some highlights of. So I'm going with Collier and Casemiro. Casemiro was on the bench against Man United's recent win against Southampton at St Mary's, but he did come off the bench for about 10 minutes and to play at centre back, and he looked okay. But since Casemiro didn't start against Southampton, I am expecting him to start against Barnsley. I'm not expecting Ugarte to start, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I would personally save Ugarte for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are some very tricky forward players, which Ugarte could be a good game for him to start in that one. In terms of the forward positions, I'm going with Anthony at right wing, at right mid for Amad Diallo. I'm giving Amad Diallo a rest. I think he's played quite a lot of games. He's been featured. He started 3 and I think he came off against the bench against Liverpool when the game was done. But I think Amad, he's been our best forward so far this season. So I'm giving him a rest. I'm saving him for Crystal Palace. And is this the position that Manchester United don't have the greatest strength and depth, in my opinion? If you look at the right wing position, I know Garnacho can play there as well, but you've only got like 2 proper right wingers. You've got Anthony, who I think should be released, in my opinion, or Man United should be getting rid of him ASAP because he's just not good enough. Let's be honest, he's just not good enough. And Amad Diallo, who is good enough. But is he the kind of right winger, that kind of explosive right winger that Manchester United are looking to in terms of propelling them to be winning the league and kind of the Champions League or to be challenging for the top honours? I don't think so. I do think that Amad is a good versatile squad player, so that's why I'm resting him and I'm giving Anthony a game in the Carabao Cup. I'm starting Eriksen in the number 10 position, giving Bruno the night off as well, because or he can be on the bench, I suppose. But Bruno, he's played every game, he plays every single game. There just needs to be a time when you give your best players a rest, and I think Bruno needs a rest as well. I'm starting Garnacho on the left for Rashford. I'm not necessarily dropping Rashford. I do think Rashford had a good game against Southampton, very good goal, and had a good couple of shots at Ramsdale. But I'm not necessarily dropping Rashford. I'm just starting Garnacho because rotation, and Garnacho did perform well when he came off the bench against Southampton. He did grab a goal in the 96th minute, so hopefully Garnacho can kind of propel Manchester United into the next round. And then finally up front, I'm starting Wheatley, simply because Manchester United again don't have too much strength and depth when it comes to the striker position. At the moment, you've only got Joshua Zirkzee, who is fit and available. But obviously you've got Rasmus Højlund, who is out injured as well. In terms of team news, Erik Ten Hag has given us an update. Even though you had Mazraoui, De Ligt and Lisandro Martinez, 3 of the back 4 coming off against Southampton for precautionary measures, he has said that they are all good and they are available and they might start. Who knows? He has said that it's a good headache to have because last year he didn't have headaches because there were no players available. But then again, Man United do have 5 first team players that are currently out injured as well. You've got Victor Lindelof, Malacia, Luke Shaw, Lenny Yoro, Mason Mount and Rasmus Højlund. That's 6 actually. So that's 6 kind of first team players that are still out injured, unfortunately, for Manchester United. And that's why it's kind of interesting to see that even though Man United did win against that game against Southampton, the worrying thing for me was kind of ending the game. You had a brand new, 3 of the back 4 changed. You had Casemiro, Evans, Dallo at right back, and I forgot who else. I forgot who actually kind of came on for De Ligt. Oh yeah, it was Maguire. Sorry, yeah. So you had Dallo, Maguire, Casemiro, and Evans actually kind of finished the game in the back four there for United against Southampton. So that just shows you the kind of lack of squad depth that Man United have right now. Not squad depth as well, but also you've got injuries as well to the likes of two left backs, Malacia Shaw and Lenny Yoro as well, and Victor Lindelof as well. So that's four defenders that are out. So again, defenders, Man United still having that same problem with regards to injuries. But in terms of how do you beat Barnsley, so this is quite interesting because Barnsley are currently, even though they're sitting 7th in League One, they have recently come away with a 3-0 drumming against Stevenage away from home. And Stevenage did play okay that game. Stevenage, even though they had only had 40% possession, they had 4 shots on target and they scored from 3 of them. So Stevenage were very clinical in front of goal. And I watched the highlights, and what I picked out from was that the first goal Barnsley conceded was from a long throw-in. The second goal was from a corner. And the third goal was a free kick. The goalkeeper kind of took a free kick down the left-hand side, and then the left winger picks it up and he crosses it into the box, and the Stevenage striker Elliot List scores a tap-in. And Stevenage were clinical, scoring 3 goals from 4 shots on target, but it was poor defending from Barnsley in terms of a set-piece point of view. That's 2 goals Barnsley conceded from set pieces. Like I said, one from a long throw in and another one from a corner. So in terms of balls coming over the top and balls being played into the box, I do think Barnsley will kind of struggle with that because they struggled with that against Stevenage. So I do think that kind of set pieces and crosses into the box could be Man United's way of unlocking this Barnsley defence. But in terms of defensively, you have to be strong in the penalty area. If I look at Barnsley's lineup, obviously the star man is going to be Adam Phillips, but also Crossgrove as well, the number 9. You're going to have to keep him quiet as well. You're going to have to match their intensity, and hopefully the quality that Manchester United have will show through. You shut down the spaces early. Don't give them an early goal. We don't want to be conceding in the first 20 minutes of the game. Definitely don't do that, because if Barnsley have something to hold on to, like a 1-0 goal, and they're just going to sit back and just absorb all the pressure that Man United are going to be throwing at them at Old Trafford. And I think that's going to be their game plan. Aside Barnsley coming from League One, they're not going to come to Old Trafford and play all this expansive football. I highly doubt that they're going to press Manchester United high. I really do think that they're going to sit back and they're going to absorb the pressure that Manchester United are going to put on them. I do expect Manchester United to dominate ball possession, and I expect Barnsley to sit off, absorb the pressure, and then hit Manchester United on the counter-attack. And so you don't give them an early goal. That's what we don't want. You don't let them counter. I don't want to see any counter-attacking goal or chances. I don't want to see Man United outnumbered in like a 5v3 at the back, in Barnsley's favour, like we saw against Liverpool. So yeah, but I do think that Manchester United should be comfortable enough in beating teams like Barnsley. They are in League One for a reason. So in terms of the quality that Manchester United have, even though Anthony is starting our right wing, he is better than probably Barnsley's kind of starting 11. Even maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Who knows? Maybe Anthony gets into that starting 11 for Barnsley. Maybe he doesn't. Who knows? But I do expect Manchester United to win this one. I am going for a 3-0 win. Manchester United again. They're in the Premier League, Barnsley in League One. It doesn't matter who Manchester United put out, and they've got a good enough squad to be beating Barnsley at home. So yeah, I'm going for a 3-0 win. Hopefully Manchester United do get the job done. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully Manchester United have progressed into the next round of the EFL Cup. Again, this is a brilliant chance for Erik ten Hag to win some silverware, because I don't think they're going to be kind of challenging for the league this season. And more trophies for Manchester United will probably buy Erik ten Hag some time, like it has done in the past. So it is the first trophy Erik ten Hag won, and I'm fully expecting Manchester United to be coming away with the win tomorrow. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.